Dear friends, good afternoon. The chief builder took his place among his colleagues and subordinates. Sergey Semyonovich, I greet you cordially. Dear friends, today we are opening 9 stations on the Big Circle line of the Moscow Metro. It was the final stage of large-scale construction. Sergey Semyonovich repeatedly reported to me on how this construction is going. Now the new circle line has been fully put into operation, and it has become available for travel along its entire length. I congratulate Muscovites and residents of the Moscow region on this wonderful event. I will note that plans to create a metro ring that will connect radial lines at a distance from the city center existed a very long time ago, during the Soviet period. For a long time, for various reasons, they remained on paper simply, and today this large-scale project, which is very necessary for the city, it is very necessary for the city today, has been implemented thanks to the persistent work of the city government headed by Sergei Sobyanin. I want to say thank you, of course, not only to those who have gathered there and are standing around the mayor of the city, workers, engineers, specialists of various professions, but also to everyone who participated in the construction, in this large construction site, for the huge and very important, effective labor, for the willingness to solve the most complex technological problems in a short time, but truly in demand, as I said, without any exaggeration. Grandiose project in the field of metro construction, in general. Infrastructural development was implemented. In terms of its length, the 70-kilometer circle line has become the world's largest underground metro ring, overtaking our friends in China, the current leader, the Beijing Metro Circle Line. We will meet with the chairman of the People's Republic of China, if the program allows. We will be happy to show the metro to our guests. In any case, the delegations, it seems to me, can be shown, but most importantly, the circle line will qualitatively change the entire transport system of the capital. It will unload many highways. It will become a good incentive for the development and improvement of adjacent urban areas. It will make the life of the metropolis, its residents and guests more convenient and dynamic, I think. That passengers who use the existing sections of the new ring have already been able to appreciate all its advantages. They have received tangible savings in travel time. In general, I want to note the tremendous work that the Moscow authorities have done in recent years to develop transport infrastructure. You remember, quite recently, Muscovites remember for sure. Everyone had horror in their eyes when they thought and reasoned about the situation with transport in a huge city such as Moscow. They thought how to solve all the problems hanging over the city, and the city authorities worked hard. They hit this point and achieved, in general, of course, there are still quite a few problems, but, in general, we have achieved a good result. So, only the Moscow Metro network, including the subway and the Moscow Central Ring, has grown by 1.5 times over the past 10 years, significantly. 70% of the rolling stock was also updated. Modern electric depots were built. It is also important that such transport projects have a positive effect on the development of domestic engineering. Moscow has a good order, which contributes to the creation of tens of thousands of qualified jobs in a number of Russian regions. I know that Moscow has many long-term plans for the development of the transport sector, and I have no doubt that all of them will be implemented. I am convinced that you will always look up to the best working traditions. And as a sign of respect for many generations of metro builders, as you know, I signed a decree on the establishment of the Metro Builders' Day. It will be celebrated annually on October 2nd. Why October 2nd? Because it was on October 2nd, 1931, that the decision to start construction of the Moscow Metro was approved. This is a kind of birthday of the entire Russian metro. Once again, I congratulate everyone on today's event. And I wish successful work to the builders and the entire large team of the Moscow Metro. And of course, I wish the city new great achievements. Thank you very much for your work. Please. Sergei Semyonovich. Dear Vladimir Vladimirovich, thank you for such a high assessment of the work of the entire construction complex and the city as a whole in the development of the transport system. You are absolutely right in saying that today is a historic event not only for the metro, but for the entire transport system and for the city of Moscow. This is the largest and most difficult project in the history of metro construction. This is the new heart of the Moscow transport system, which integrates all transport lines and the metro into a single transport system and allows you to connect new metro lines, creating the future of the transport system. This is, of course, a huge and important project, and it would be impossible to implement it by the forces of any one unit and one direction. All complexes of the city of Moscow worked for this project. I will say more. The entire economy and the entire potential of the city of Moscow worked for this project. Therefore, today I say thanks to all Muscovites, because in one way or another they have contributed to this project. Of course, many thanks to the metro builders. They accomplished, without embellishment, a feat. Their work can be called heroic because they worked in the most difficult conditions. Many thanks to those enterprises that supplied materials, equipment and, as you rightly said, the most modern trains that were created during this period of time, metro trains that are in no way inferior to the best world analogs. Vladimir Vladimirovich, thank you very much for your close attention to the development of the city, your support everywhere. Without your participation and support, it would be difficult even to imagine that we could implement such a large-scale world-class project. Not so long ago, we opened the second phase of the Circle Line. Today we are opening the third, last phase. If possible, we kindly ask you to sign a new metro scheme in which there is already a full ring, a large ring of the Moscow Metro. It will be a good memory of today's event. With pleasure. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Great. Vladimir Vladimirovich. And by tradition, I ask for your permission to launch a large metro ring. What do you think the answer will be? I allow. With God blessing. Let's go, guys. Thank you very much. Vladimir Vladimirovich. Thank you. I want to draw attention once again to what I said in my opening remarks. Moscow and the Moscow government pay very close attention to the development of infrastructure and achieve success, most importantly, purposefully, methodically, at a good professional level. I want to emphasize this. At a good professional level, people, when faced with this every day, they do not think about the problems that have to be solved. And there are a million of them. Maybe not 1 million. A huge number. And the approach must be extremely professional in each segment of this work. And you get it. I congratulate all of you, of course, and the mayor, and the team, and everyone who is engaged in this work, without any exaggeration. From a worker to an engineer and designer to machine builders, I congratulate everyone on this event. All the best. Thank you. Good time.